Hello, we are the reception teachers from Fairfield Primary School. I am Mrs Harrison.
And I'm Miss Mitchell.
We're going to look today at early counting, how our children learn to count and what problems they may come across along the way and what strategies we can use to help them. So, first of all, the children need to learn to be able to count in rote, in order, to be able to say the numbers in the correct sequence. And one of the problems they may have early on is that they may miss some of the numbers as they count.
1, 2, 4, 5, 7.
And so if we try to count this set of 5 objects, we'll see how that will then cause a problem.
1, 3, 4, 5, 7.
And so we end up with an inaccurate count. Again, another problem they may have is they may not follow the objects accurately with their finger, even though they are counting accurately with the numbers in rote.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And again, we have an inaccurate count. So initially, one of the things we do is we do a lot of number songs and rhymes, and this helps the children learn the numbers in the correct sequence, just through the pattern and rhythm of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I let it go again. And once the children have learnt those numbers in rote and in the correct sequence, then we can look at other strategies to help the accuracy of counting the objects. The children need to understand that the numbers represent a group of objects. So we can lay out a group and ask how many objects are there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And initially we're doing this with small groups of numbers, and I might change the pattern of that group of objects and ask, have we again got 4?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And so the children start to realise that that number will always represent that group of objects, whatever it looks like. And we also play around with the objects and ask more challenging questions, such as, I had 4 objects, now I'm moving them apart and making 2 groups. Have we still got the same number of objects? Have I got the same number of objects as you have?
1, 2, 1, 2.
So once we're counting a small number of objects accurately and we're understanding that the number represents that group of objects, then we will start to look at other ways of counting accurately. So we have a group of objects, but they are in a random order. How do we count those accurately?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here we've shown how we move them into a line to help our accurate count. We've counted the numbers accurately in rote. We've moved each object with our hand, which has made sure we've had our one-to-one finger correspondence to get the correct number. We can then use this set line to help us. We use Numicon, which again is set up in lines, and the children become very familiar with the patterns for each number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as they become familiar with these patterns, we can mix our objects up again into an irregular arrangement. But the children will start to look to see if they can find any patterns in that arrangement and use this to help them count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they've learnt to track across from one side to another. They've learnt to look out for smaller groups that they can identify, and that helps them whilst they're keeping the sequence of numbers flowing across the count.